This is LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we explore the ins and outs of conscious creation to manifest our favorite dreams come true. Let's have some fun together. I've got a flashcard for that. Oh man, I'm cracking myself up with how much fun I'm having with this manifesting method. And that's actually why I wanted to share it with you. In fact, I just had lunch from a local new drive-through place. We don't have a lot of restaurants up here. We'll have 2 restaurants that are open at the same time. It seems like at least one of them's closed for remodeling or changing owners or something. But the other day, Chad was getting ready to leave, and he popped in to say, I'm going out to support the local establishment. I said, what does that even mean? And he said, I'm going to Scallywags. That's the new drive-through place. So I suggested he take the dogs because they'll feel special to go with on a little trip. And he asked if I wanted fries. And as a matter of fact, I have been wanting fries. I've been craving fries for a while, but I don't go down the canyon very often, and there aren't any fries up here. So I said, yeah, I'll try their fries. I mean, I'm going to need to try them sooner or later. I'll just try them so I could say that I did, and then I'll know. But I really wasn't expecting much, mostly because of past experience with our little drive-through places. Anyway, not expecting much. I said, sure, I'll try them. So he's on his way out the door, and he pauses, and he turns around, and he says, you know they have veggie burgers. I didn't know they had veggie burgers. I said, they do? I looked at their menu. I didn't see veggie burgers, so I don't know if he asked, and they said, yeah, we can do that, or if they changed. I don't know. But he said they had veggie burgers, and I was like, well, then get me one. So he came back with a veggie burger that, I'm not joking, this might be on the list of the top 5 veggie burgers I've ever had in my life. And the fries, I don't know where I would even go for better fries. I don't know where I would go for better fries. Not even if I drove down the canyon. They were amazing. In fact, I took a bite of my veggie burger. This is before I had even tried the fries. I swore. I took a second bite. I swore again. I used 4-letter words. That's how good it was. It was so good. And the fries were even better. And yes, maybe I was hungry. Although, you know what? I wasn't that hungry. Maybe it was my mood. Although it was kind of an average mood that I was in. But you know what I really think it was? It was the flashcards. I've got a flashcard for that. One of them says, amazing meals, delicious food, rave-worthy feasts. And look at me. Here I am having it. Man, these cards, these manifesting flashcards feel so magic. It's happening all over my life. So that's what I wanted to share with you today about these flashcards. All right, I learned this from Jack Canfield. In fact, everyone at Good Vibe University has been hearing me rave about them for a while. Ooh, some of them have been playing with them. I'm hearing them rave too. But we talked about it back in our visualization installment of our Tools of the Trade series. Here's what Jack said to do. He said, write down a different desire on a bunch of different index cards. He said, get 30 to 40 cards, write down a different desire on each one, and then every morning and every night, you run through your stack of cards. You spend about 15 seconds imagining each one, and that's it. That's all you do. In fact, Jack just called them index cards. Ooh, I got a client. She was the one who called them manifesting flashcards. I like that so much better than index cards. So thank you, client, for giving me a more fun title. So I don't do it morning and night, and I don't spend 15 seconds on each one. I maybe do it 2 nights a week. And I'm maybe spending about 5 seconds on each card. That's it. But it is so magic. Those things are coming to life all over the place. I'll share a couple examples with you. I've got a card here that reads, oh, I like this one. Top tier VIP support and service. Underneath that, in parentheses, I wrote, responsive, expert, pleasant, effective, above and beyond. They treat me like gold, with an exclamation point. I kind of just write a little phrase underneath that helps me plug into the feeling of it. So yeah, top tier VIP support and service. And last week I had a question about how to use a free app. There's an app I was using, and I had a question about it. I didn't feel like going through all their tutorials, so I just emailed their tech support. And they wrote me back like, I don't think it was even 5 minutes. I bet it was 4 minutes. I get a response back, and they aren't just answering my question. They're saying, hey, let's jump on the phone together. What do you mean, let's jump on? They wanted to get on the conference line together. So we did. We did. And he answered my question. Shout out to Christian at headliner.app. Hello. He didn't try to upsell me. He didn't. Yeah, because I was like, what? How does this make sense? I'm not a paying customer. Come on. How does this make any sense? I thought maybe it's just part of their business model that, this is how they convert paying people or free people into paying people, but he didn't even try to convert me. But guess what? I kind of converted my own self because I was so impressed. He answered my question. Great answer. I was super impressed. We were about to hang up and I said, wait, you don't want to tell me about your paid version of services? And he's like, you got a question? I basically upsold my own self. I mean, I haven't spent any money with them, but I'm looking forward to when I do. That's how much I appreciated that service. Top tier VIP support and service. It was amazing. In fact, that's not the only place that was manifesting. Earlier in the week, I had hired a guy for an edit on some graphics, but the result that I got back from him, it wasn't impressive. And I was like, really? And he said, all right, let me try again. And he sent me something back. It was a little better, but still it wasn't my joy. But he said, trust me, no one could do better than this. This is as good as it's going to get. And I was like, that's not my high joy, which means inner guidance disagrees. Because if the thought doesn't feel good, that means source has a different idea about it. So I honored the impulse to reach out to another person who does the same kind of work. And I asked that guy, I said, hey, is this as good as it gets or could this be better? Oh, and I will add that the first guy that I hired, he had like 2,000 5-star reviews, and it took about a week to get that back. The guy that I reached out to say, hey, is this really as good as it gets? He had it might have been 3 reviews, maybe, but he wrote me back within minutes. I was literally still sitting at the computer when he replied, and guess what? He didn't even reply saying he could do better. He replied with the finished result. He replied, he's like, you mean like this? It was amazing. I hadn't even hired him. He just did it before I even agreed to pay him. Oh, so I paid him, I tipped him, and I rave reviewed him. And guess what he did after that? He sent me back an even better version than what he'd already given me. He was treating me like gold. I was like, hey, I got a flashcard for that. I love it so much. In fact, I'm like basically thinking up reasons to hire him again. I did hire him again just the other day. And I was even more impressed the second time around. Honestly, man, that flashcard is paying off for me. I got another flashcard that reads, I like this one too. All the best books, life-changing, entertaining, mind-expanding, fall in love with books. And sure enough, and I made that card because not too long ago, both fiction and nonfiction, I read some stuff that I was like, whoa, that might be the best that I'm ever going to read. It might not get any better than this. So I made a flashcard. I put this is going on my list of desires for continuing to find the kinds of books that make me rave. And sure enough, I'll be reading a book and think, wow, this is really good. And I'll want to tell everyone about it because that's how much I like it. And then I remember, hey, I got a flashcard for that. Same with movies and interviews and podcasts and articles. I've got a card that reads movies and interviews. No, it goes all the best movies and interviews, podcasts and articles. Underneath it says all the best entertaining, worthy, thought-provoking stuff. And so often I'll be watching something with Chad or I'll be listening to something while I'm walking around watering plants and I'll be thinking, wow, this is really good. And I want to tell everyone about it. In fact, you've probably heard me rave about this. Not too long ago, I was raving about jury duty and beef. Ooh, and I just listened to another episode of This American Life. It was a rerun. It was where this kid had been... Well, this is how easy it is for me to think of things that I want to rave about because that's how good they are. And I know all of this stuff is coming as a result of activating it with that card. It's coming to fruition all over the place. I've got another one for, all right, this is all on one card, but I want to put it on 3 cards just to give it more attention because it feels like I crammed a lot onto one card and it deserves to be 3 different cards. But it reads, by the way, I have like 34 cards. So when Jack said between 30 and 40, I didn't think I'd done that many. I thought I had more like 20. No, I had 34. But here's this one reads, plenty of money, thriving investments, easily increasing profits. Underneath in parentheses, it says, it just keeps getting better. And not that long ago, I ran my first quarter numbers. And I mean, man, I'm impressed with myself. I was on track for easily having my best year ever, and that is saying something. In fact, you know what? You know what else happened this year? My tax bill was surprisingly low. Not because it wasn't because I made less money last year. I don't know. Wait, I do know why. Of course I know why my tax bill, because I got a flashcard for that. Come on. I got a flashcard for reliable, clear connection to source inner guidance. Underneath it, I have in parentheses, we're tight. This happened the other day. I think I might have told you about it. The other day I got an email. I get these emails all the time, vendors wanting to pitch their services. I just delete all over the place, delete. Except this one I opened. I had just had this weird impulse to open. I opened it, and then it was surprising me that I felt like taking the next step. It said, hey, click here for a consultation. And there I was doing it. I was like, this is weird. Sure enough, I get on with the guy. And before you know it, I got help bringing an old desire to fruition. In fact, this desire has been, I don't know, it's probably like 2 years old. It might be 2.5 years old. Long-held desire coming to fruition because I honored inner guidance when it said, open that email. When my old habit is delete. I love how these cards work. I got another card here for rewarding relationships. Ooh, I just thought I don't want to jinx it. But seriously, I'm onto something really good right now. I mean, rewarding relationships. I mean that across the board, not just love relationships, not just romantic relationships, but in that department too. Something really good is going on here. And I'm past a 3-year mark with this guy, and it just keeps getting better. Come on, I'm going to cry. It's so freaking cool. Every once in a while, I stop and ask myself, man, is this for real? But then I think it doesn't even matter if it lasts forever in order to be a legit good thing right now. I'm just going to enjoy it while it is amazing right now, and it is amazing. So however long it lasts, it's good right now. And I also know that kind of being unattached, that's good for its longevity too. Man, I love these cards. I got another one here. It says, wonderful good luck. You know what? Just the other day, someone at GVU posted about a new book they were reading that they were loving called Conscious Luck by Gay Hendricks. I got that book. I'm reading it right now too. It is. It's a really good book. And as I was reading, it's an LOA savvy book. I don't think I'm not finished with it yet. I don't think he uses the word law of attraction in it, at least not yet, but that's what it is. This is a total LOA book. But I know that book came because I have a card that says wonderful good luck. Sure enough, Gay Hendricks is helping me activate good luck. I got another card. Ooh, this one has been tricky. It says true friends on it. A lot of times I'd flip to that one and I'd be like, well, that one would be nice. Because it seemed like so many of my other cards, you could see the evidence of their manifestations all over my life. And on that one, I'd be like, I'd hear myself asking, why doesn't anyone want to be friends with me? I crack myself up because when I hear myself doing that, I'll realize, look, that vibration, Jeanette, that's repelling friends. First of all, it's not true that I don't have any friends, but that vibration repels them instead of attracts them. Like that card was doing the opposite of its job in my deck when it would make me think, yeah, that'd be nice. So when I hear that, I make a point of feeling what it feels like to have a true friend. And I know what that card means for me. So I plug into that. And I also remember the ones I already have. I've got plenty of friends in all sorts of forms. Harvey and Merlin count, Chad counts. But I know what I mean by that. So I plug into it. I feel it. I'm enjoying it. And sure enough, it doesn't take long before Michelle will call or Cindy will email or I'll make a standing date with Kate. I know that's where our standing dates came from that flashcard. Or I'll reach out to Kim who writes back, or I'll tell my client who I'm like, next time it's time for our renewal, maybe shouldn't do that because I really think of you more as a friend than a client. And she'll reply back saying, we could be both, Jeanette. I just love it. I'm like, universe is raining down girlfriends all over the place. And then I remember, I got a flashcard for that. Look at me go. Woohoo. In fact, while I was putting notes together for this, a friend stopped by. While I was writing notes, he stopped by unexpected, unannounced. He brought presents for me and the dogs. I just love this. Oh, and here's another one of my cards. Amazing meals. You already heard me rave about that. Although, Speaking of, I know I told you about the fries and the veggie burger, but sitting right next to me on this desk, have you heard of Heavenly Hunks? I took a chance on these. I was at Costco specifically looking for, I felt like I needed more snacking joy in my house. So I went with the intention of finding good stuff to snack on. And it was guidance that said, get these. And I'm like, really? They're organic, gluten-free oatmeal? Really? But I got them. Oh my word, they're amazing. I'll try not to shout in your ear. They're so good. In fact, it says right on the package, ridiculously amazing. It reads, Heavenly Hunks, ridiculously amazing organic oatmeal, dark chocolate, gluten-free cookies. Oh, they are so freaking good. Of course, they gotta be, because I got a flashcard for amazing food. So what I'm just saying, Jack might be onto something with these flashcards. I just can't even tell you how often something good will be happening in my world and I'll smile and think, I got a flashcard for that. That's where it came from. I know, I got it activated with those cards. And even when I just see them sitting on the nightstand in my bedroom, even when I'm just looking at them, like that stack of cool things, knowing what's in there, it just raises my vibration just to even look at it, knowing all the cool things that are cooking as a result of that activation. And again, I don't practice this the way Jack said to. I actually think that's really important for us. For every manifesting technique we engage, we've got to do it in a way that works for us. Like, don't just follow it to the letter the way someone taught it to you. If that's not your highest joy, if it is, then do that. But I guarantee if I spent 15 seconds on each one and I did it every morning and night, oh my word, I'd be irritated with this process so fast. This is the same with pray, rain journaling. Like the way I learned it, you write a page a day about what you want as if you already had it. And by the time you get to the end of your journal, you will have it, or it'll be so close you can reach out and touch it. Yeah, I did it by the book for a while before I realized here's what works better. What works better for me, and I'm not saying for anyone else, but what works better for me is don't write a page every day. Just do it on most days. And don't do it till you get to the end of the book. Just do it for about 2 to 3 weeks. That's my personal sweet spot. And I know that this process has served me. Like I just know I've come to the end. You know, if you need to do some technique by the letter in order to believe that it'll work for you, then fine, do that. But it's important to know that struggling or tolerating anything is not the vibration that we're going for with our manifesting processes and techniques. We're going for good vibrations. So be paying attention to that. Make it work for you. In fact, another way I made these flashcards work for me, not only just calling them flashcards, manifesting flashcards instead of index cards, but I didn't put it on plain old index cards. I got the colored ones and I had to special order them because my local office supply store only had them with lines. I did not want any lines. Don't put me in any lines. I need freedom. Okay, so I had to special order online the beautiful colors, not the pastels, bright, like neon bright colors. And I wrote on them with colors. So like I have green writing on yellow cards and purple writing on pink cards and blue writing on orange cards. I mean, I got all the cool colors going and I got color joy in this process. They're so inviting. I mean, they're pretty just to hold and to look at. I mean, that's another way to make it even better, to just whatever your process is, make sure you're engaging it in a way that works for you. So I'm not saying you got to go get colored cards. I'm saying listen to your guidance. Let it be fun. If it calls to you, if it doesn't call to you, play with something else. Because remember, we know this, it's not the technique that's magic. I'm going to repeat that, y'all. It's not the technique that's magic. It's our willingness, it's our ability to dial our attention on what we want. That's where the magic is coming from, us, our focus. It's not from mind movies or affirmations or acting as if. It's from our willingness to activate the vibrations of whatever we want, to become the frequency of our desires, however we best can do that. All right. I love it when we share ways to activate those good vibrations with each other. In fact, if you've got one you want to tell me about, I would love to hear it. I'm at jma@goodvibecoach.com. In the meantime, hope you got some inspiration from this episode. Thanks for listening, everyone, and happy manifesting.